Well, I was just inspired today to do a video that I've had in mind for a long, long time, and I thought I'd do it today and see if I could get it all done today. And that is that when you turn, like, say, 40 or 50, you think, well, this is incredible, this is inconceivable that I could ever be 40 or I could ever be 50, and so on through the decades. And I've got four good friends who are 80 or around 80, and 80 is like inconceivable to me. I mean, but these four friends are all very active, sharp, vital, engaged, healthy, and more so than I am, I think, really, in terms of mentally or physically active and like that. And so I thought it might be worth interviewing them just to get their thoughts and get a feel for them and get a feel for being very alive at 80. And I thought that might encourage all of us. So here it is.
Today, working on some plumbing. It's not pleasurable, but it's something that I have to get behind me, and then I can be happy. Oh, a thermos full of coffee that I get every morning, and it's right on the porch there.
Yeah. From whom did you say?
My girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah, she fixes all my meals, brings me coffee every morning, and otherwise get along just right.
Okay.
But, well, I walk my dog Jake. That's one thing that I do religiously because he needs it and I need it too. And then I have a little stair stepper and a little bicycle, pedal bike, you know, with it doesn't go anywhere. Camino con mi perro, Jacobo, y tengo una bicicleta sin rueda, y con eso le doy ejercicio como 20 minutos casi todos los días.
Bueno.
Well, for me is I've traveled extensively throughout the years. I've done everything. I don't have a bucket list. The only thing I are just everyday pleasures, like walking Jake by the river walk is beautiful, and then fishing in the summer and dancing in the evenings. So those are my simple pleasures.
Good.
Oh, my childhood was poverty, but I didn't know what poverty was. But I had love coming out the ears. Everyone loved me, and so I didn't lack for anything. So I knew that my pants had holes in them, and that I couldn't go to Boy Scout camp because I can only raise $8 of the 14 required. But it didn't scar me at all. I was very, very happy. I lived in the hills and the rivers all day long, and so I enjoyed it thoroughly. Yes, I think they would be very happy because I've been successful in their eyes. I have succeeded in life with happiness and my children, which are the most important. And I had a good job, I made a good living, and now I can kick back.
Going to the Spick and Span and having breakfast with my friends.
What's your second greatest?
Waking up alive.
Okay.
Seeing myself way too fat and learning to diet effectively, and lots of exercise. The Highlands University program is particularly inexpensive for old guys like me. It's mostly machines, so you can work on, what I work on is the core, which is abs, shoulders, arms, legs, and cardio primarily, and other stretching exercises. Well, I'm not retired. I'm still working. It's like I actually planned it that way. I'd seen many people retire and die, and I thought having something to do in my old age was important, and so I have something that keeps me busy. Lo importante es seguir trabajando. Si uno se retira, se muere si no tiene nada que hacer. Growing up happily in Las Vegas and being very lucky to have really nice parents. Riding around on my bicycle, living very close to Castle High School, being able to walk snows that were deeper than they are today, but that may be because of my size. Okay, it was a great childhood. It was very easy. I think they'd be content. There were times in my life when they would have been less than content, but now I'm doing just fine. And I think they're reasonably proud. I know my dad was proud of me as I was growing up because I followed in some of his footsteps and did the things that he wanted me to do. And later on, as I got older and reasonably successful, my mom was certainly proud of me.
I went running this morning. Yeah, hell yes, I got up just before the sun was over the horizon. I was down in Albuquerque and I was out on the north-south canal running. Man, I had a great time.
How far did you run?
6 miles. God damn, Jim. Come on. That's not a simple question, but yeah, I try to be proactive about my health. I try to eat what seems like good food to me and exercise like what seems like good exercise, and do stress management techniques. I like to walk in the woods and I do sitting meditations. I do all kind of stuff. I mean, you know, and I have a close relationship with my family members, my children and my wife. Yeah, I've been a vegetarian for a long time, since my total cholesterol was way high about, 30 years ago. So I've been a vegetarian since, I think, 1990. And I have recently, maybe about 5 years ago, dropped that. And now I eat salmon, sardines, and herring because so much evidence seemed to suggest that it was useful for health to eat some fish. Well, I was thinking about that. I retired 18 years ago, actually. So I'm a long-time retired person. And I know they say you're supposed to keep busy and do all this stuff and have goals, and I just live one day at a time, and pretty much, and do what seems like it'd be a nice thing to do now. I had a happy little family, I think. I was a regular, what do they call them, core family, where I had 2 parents at home and a brother and a sister. And we were, I think, close-knit for the most part, and we remained that way for much of our lives. I did lots of nice walks in the woods with my dad. I think my life has been shaped around my parents' ideals in a lot of ways. You know, they were regular Southern middle-class folks. They were Presbyterians, and my dad really was a believer in business and stuff, but, you know, having been a retired doctor, they would like that too. No hablo muy español, no más un poco. Estudio el español y quiero aprender, pero no es muy bien. Lo siento. You know, I'm definitely struggling in Spanish, and I'm not taking Spanish right now. I have taken Spanish classes in the past, and I couldn't find one this semester, so I didn't take it. I'm in the choir, and I take something called sight singing, which I find very challenging. It means that I have to recognize and be able to repeat different notes and pitches and tell intervals and chords and stuff like that. And so it's an attempt to improve my ability to sing in the choir. I really like it. Singing in the choir is way fun. and doing it better, something worthwhile to me.
Sharp, shingled hawk sitting right up there eating a little bird.
Wow.
A gray bird pecking away at it for 20 minutes. Like cancer?
Yeah.
I'm still in it. It's incurable. Luckily, I haven't needed operation, so it's just medicine. Walking with my dogs already out on this beautiful day. Walked about a mile. Well, certainly exercise and eating good food. I love to eat and I love to walk, so the combination of those two things really goes to good health. Well, I eat everything. Well, I don't think I'll ever retire because I'm a writer and I keep writing. I'm writing all the time, and I'm an art historian, art explorer, so I'm always looking at art and buying and selling and looking for discoveries of lost art. Can't stop doing that. It's pretty wonderful. I don't know, feeding the ducks in a little pond, beach combing, finding all kinds of things, shells, dead fish, various debris. Going to the zoo, various zoos, that was always a pleasure. We lived close to New York City, so I went to the Museum of Natural History, which was wonderful. Had this gigantic whale hanging from the ceiling, a big diorama of a herd of elephants, all kinds of stuff. Well, when I was 13 through 17, there was a little museum in San Antonio that was world class, a small private museum that I used to go to all the time, and they had masterpieces in there. Very few people were ever there. It was just me and a friend and the gatekeeper, this old guy, and he just had you sign in, which was amazing. I think they'd be a little sad at my present situation, living alone with cancer at age 80. But I'm managing. I've got 2 good dogs and lots of friends. They were strange people, my parents. They didn't take a whole lot of interest in my life. I've got some sour memories, you know, as well as some good ones, but the ones that sort of point to appreciation of myself as a person who's trying to accomplish things, it was pretty rough. They were very self-centered, very egotistical. It's a wonderful story in my book, Leonardo's Holy Child. There's a whole chapter about my brother and a drawing I found with him. And he was very, very ill with cancer. And I told him that whatever we found today, whatever art I found, I would give it to him. And we went to an antique shop, and the first thing out of the chute was this amazing discovery. I kicked over a painting, a drawing that was on the floor. It was framed, all dusty and filthy, but framed. It turned out to be a masterpiece, and worth a whole year's salary, let's say. It was a $100,000 drawing that I bought for $50, and my brother was recipient of that. I decided to give him half instead of all of it. It was a lot of money.
Good for you. And it was a Leonardo?
No, it was a German artist, but very rare. So my brother and I became much better friends in his last years. And he was going to go around the world on the money from the drawing, but he died before he could do that. So his wife got it. His 4th wife, as a matter of fact. He was incorrigible.